All right, perfect. So first off, welcome everyone. This is my masterclass, Ash's masterclass. It's going to be on appointment setting. Like I was saying before, appointment setting is basically you're sending messages on behalf of a business. So you're working with a business or an influencer, logged into their Instagram, logged into their like business account, and you're managing their lead flow. So this is how I made my first bit of money, and this is the best way and the best way for beginners to make their first bit of money without showing their face, without posting on social media. And I'm going to show you the ins and outs of it and how you can actually start. All right. So first, let's go over what we will be covering. So we're going to be covering today what is appointment setting, how it started for me, how it allowed me to actually leave my job. So if you don't know, I was working construction, I was working FIFO, and this here allowed me to actually fully replace my income, leave my job and then be able to make money from anywhere. And it also opened up my mindset of like what the actual fuck's possible out there in the world, you know? So what do you need to actually start appointment setting? What skills you need? Is there a demand for appointment setting jobs? And how much can you earn? How much can you actually earn from appointment setting? So we'll go into that. And where can you start with appointment setting, where to find appointment setter jobs, how to stand out from the crowd, and then we'll finish it off with some questions. All right, so firstly, what is appointment setting? So I'll just read this. Appointment setting is a process of scheduling meetings between a potential customer, a lead, and a salesperson or a service provider. It is a key step in the sales process, especially in industries where closing a deal is required. A consultant demo, or even in-depth conversation, mainly for high ticket offers that are $4,000 and up. So the difference and why you need appointment setters on high ticket offers is because spending a lot of money takes a big decision. You need that decision. And it also, people, not everyone wants to spend a whole, $4,000 and up is a lot of money. Goes from basically $4,000 to the price of anything. I've worked on deals that are $9,000 Australian to $13,000 to even $20,000. So all of those ones need appointment setters. The things that don't need appointment setters are those like lower ticket fucking ebook guides and all that because they're just like a buy and I'll pay with my phone, you know? So the step of what it is you have the appointment setter is the first line of content on contact to the prospect. They speak to them, and then the appointment setter is the one that does the qualifying, seeing if this lead, this customer is actually a right fit for what the business or influencer is selling. Let's say the business is selling a fitness program and it costs $4,000. So the lead will come into the DMs or the emails or wherever let's say the DMs. The appointment center will talk to them, see where they're at, see if they really need the fitness offer, if it's what they've been looking for, if it can actually help them, and that plan can help them get to the physique that they want or the look that they want. If it can, then they'll simply move them to the next process, which will be with the closer here, the sales rep. That person will close the deal and money will be made. Let's say so, and we'll go into commissions and how much you can make a bit later, but it's around 5 to 7%. So, close a couple deals on a $4,000 offer and pretty good. So in here, you're simply the middleman for a business and connecting customers with the sales reps. That's all you are. What you do need though is the skill set to understand like, is this person really gonna buy this product or service? Is it, is this something that they want? And then that way you have to, because you have to make the decision whether you're going to put them through to the actual the sales rep. And that's where the sales rep will then close the deal. So the best thing about this is it can be done completely remotely. You can do it from anywhere in the world. And all you really need is a phone, a laptop, and Wi-Fi. So that's a win. And and it's the best way to make your first bit of money online as a beginner. I know so many people have made money online just by doing this. And it's that first stepping stone, to come in. I remember when I made my first, I think it was like $100 from appointment setting, and I was like, bro, I made it. This shit's crazy. Because I had already, been working my whole life, done FIFO, done construction, and it would take me, 4 hours just to make $100. But this, I just made it from appointment setting, sending messages. So All right. So what do you do? What do you actually do as an appointment setter? So appointment setters contacts leads via phone, email, or social media. And that can be done either through normally the business or the person you're working for will have marketing. So they will market their product or service. They'll bring in leads to the DMs, and then you'll simply be the appointment setter that will appointment set and set those leads. So you'll be doing that through DMs. They might even have like a list um, of customers that you call up. Sometimes it's cold calling. We'll go into that a bit later about if it's really a good route to go down with the cold calling. And here, like email or social media. So this, and it introduces the company's product or service. So like I was saying before, you have the marketing and then the product, the appointment setter introduce them and then shows them like the actual how that product or service can help them. Then here you have qualifying the leads, so making sure they're actually a good fit. So like I was saying before, with that fitness offer, if you're selling fitness, meals, you need to make sure that the customer that is reached out to you is actually a good fit customer. Because like, what's the point in getting them on the call if they're not really a good fit? Because then they're just going to be like, oh, well, I'm not really that interested. You can't really like if someone doesn't want to buy, stop trying to sell them. And then once they've qualified the lead, how to realize that they are the right fit for the product or service that the business is selling, they'll schedule them in for a meeting with the closer or the sales rep or the consultant or manager, whatever it is. And then that person will then get handed over there, and then the deal will hopefully be closed. If the deal's closed, then you make money. Now, the way that this is all done is generally either through the platforms of like Instagram, Facebook, email. Sometimes they even have like a whole tracking like system. The business will have its own, and you'll simply have a dial sheet of numbers. So to put that, and what I mean by that is if a business runs marketing of some sort, and you have to put in your phone number into that. Let's say you're interested in the offer, like you see an ad, you're interested in it, you put your phone number. Then let's say me as the appointment setter, I'll see your phone number, I'll call you up and be like, hey bro, I heard that you're interested in this, and so on and so on. So this here is basically a CRM, which is like a tracking, is basically what I just said there. So it's like a client tracking thing. And then this one here is obviously the calendar where they book in for the call with the sales rep here. So two different ways, but it's pretty easy to use. The business should have some sort of marketing that will bring in leads for you to appointment set. Like I said before, we'll go into like cold calling and different sorts of things. But sometimes I talk to people and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm just going to get appointment setters. I don't need to do a marketing. I'm just going to get them to do cold outreach." And that's probably like the worst job you can have as an appointment setter because you're just sitting there just going, you're just picking up the phone and calling, and that's all you're doing. I know it's fucking depressing, but we'll go into that in a second. A lot of this is done through texting, emailing, and even a phone call. Don't even need to show your face. So win right there for a lot of people that are scared. They want to make money online, but they don't want to post on social media. 100% understand it. All right. So how it started for me. So I started with zero experience, zero. All I knew was how to fucking send memes to my mates. That was the only form of texting I had. And maybe a bit chatting up girls. But that's about it. So started from zero, joined an academy that taught me sales and appointment setting. Now this is the absolute most important thing that you need to do if you want to get in this space. So you need to have someone that is successful, have someone that is willing to train you and put you into offers and put you onto positions for you then to make money. So me joining this academy, they taught me sales, they taught me appointment setting. That way I was taught by them, and then I could go and apply for roles and make money. So I used the skill set that they taught me to leverage myself and make money. So I went through the training until I was ready. So I would say it took me about 2 months of actually understanding everything, getting my head around it, realizing, all right, this is exactly what you do. Was offered a role with one of their clients, appointment setting. So that was a win after the months of training. I then got offered a role, took that role. Then I also went outside of the academy and the agency, and I went and got my own role. And I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So I went and approached clients and I pitched them and say, hey, look, do you need appointment setters? What's the go? I've been trained. I've I've invested money into coaching, and I'm ready to go. Then went out and started appointment. So I started appointment setting for this for oh shit. Started appointment setting for this offer here, real estate at 20K USD. So that was like a real estate coaching offer where he would teach people how to invest in real estate. So what he would also do is add it on because it's in America, add it onto their mortgage. So when they would buy the house to learn to invest in real estate, he would get paid as well. So it was a high turnover rate. And then did that for a couple of months, managed to replace my income, leave my job, made my first 10K while traveling. So once I quit my job, bro, I was like, fuck this. I'm going traveling. I lived in the Philippines for a month, for 3 months, lived in Bali, and it was amazing, bro. And now I've got a house, and I haven't seen a job sites for like over a year now, which is phenomenal. But that's just my story, and the things that I've learned over this last year has been crazy. But I'm here to now teach you guys all of it. So the main thing that was the pivot, like the point, was I was working my job. I didn't like it at all. I wanted freedom and I wanted money, but I didn't know how to get them other than like working a lot and then having a holiday and having that freedom. But that was like limited freedom of how long I could actually have off. And it wasn't until I needed to really actually learn skills where I could make money from anywhere, right? And especially appointment setting, especially sales and anything sales related, you have an uncapped earning potential, which I think is like probably one of the best things that you can do, especially when you're young. To have an uncapped earning potential is the best, because you can make fucking unlimited a lot of money. All right, so how it allowed me to leave my job. So like I was saying, I was at my construction job. I was making $1,000 per week, $1,200 per week. So that was my goal. When I started making money online and looking into this, and I joined the academy to get trained, I was like, all right, all I need to do is I need to make $1,200 a week, and I'm sweet. Did it happen? Fucking no, they did. So that was my goal. I was like, okay, well, what have I got to do to get that and replace my income and make that money? All right. So that was the goal, replace my income. I was making 500 AUD per set that would close. So that's also the thing with appointment setting. I guess you could say it's maybe a downside. Um, so if you book an appointment in, right, and it doesn't set, you don't get paid for that. But also, there are jobs that pay you for the lead just to show up, which we'll go into that a bit later, which is also part of like the salary sort of thing. So for me, I wasn't on a salary. It was a straight commission. So it was straight hunger, straight, how much I need to make money. Or I need to work or I'm not going to make money. Um, so I was making this much for one close, meaning I only needed 3 deals to close and I was free. So I was free. That would replace my income and fucking winner, winner, chicken dinner, bro. So that was my goal. I was like, all right, I got leads coming in. I'm getting like over 20, 30 leads coming in a day. I need 3 of them to close a week and I'm sweet. So lead flow was good. And then I just fucking locked in. But unfortunately, that it didn't happen that easily. It took me a while. So it took me a while because I rushed through things. I skipped over a bit of training, so I wasn't clear with what was actually going on, and burning a lot of stuff. Also, part of the role is follow up. So a lot of the time, once you book in a lead or once you talk to a lead and they're ready to buy, you have to always be following up with them, always be talking to them, always be refreshing them that they holy fuck as we fly, that they have a call coming up. So because if they don't get on, holy shit, if they don't get on the call, you don't get paid. Sorry, it then took 3 months for me to replace my income. Now this was after I joined the academy, but started doing the training for two months, and then a month later, started making money, replaced my income. I quit my job just to go all in because another thing with that is once, especially when you realize that you can make this money from like setting one deal, is if I'm at work, I'm actually wasting time. sounds weird. I'm wasting time and money because I could be somewhere on my phone setting appointments or taking sales calls or doing something to make more money, you know. So why would I just stop myself from doing that when like why would I go and work an hourly wage when I can just put the same amount of effort and energy that I'm putting into this job into this and make more money? You know what I'm saying? So once I quit my job, I was able to replace my income and then yeah, hit my first 10K month and life was fucking awesome, bro. Philippines was amazing. I was surfing, still working, but still making money. Then I started making more money than I was what I was making out in FIFO. So I was making more than a FIFO wage on my phone. Like shit was crazy. And it was an absolute blessing. But the thing was like I didn't it has to be delayed. So like it took these months were rough. And it was before even like these months because this was just sort of the training period and then to like replace my income. So it's always something that you're waking up and you're getting it done. I would wake up before work, 2 hours before work, appointment set, get everything ready for the day. And then I would go to work, have half an hour or 45 minutes for smoko. I'll be appointment setting for that. And then once I get home from work, appointment set for that. So I was like working more when I was first starting. Then once I quit my job, then I was able to dedicate hours for this. So the first months are so crucial, and it's like the hardest kind of time because you just can't. You're just trying to get fucking shit done, and you're learning as well. So what do you need to start appointment setting? So what exactly do you need? So the first thing is you need reliable internet connection. That's pretty reasonable. You need a quiet workspace with a good headset and webcam. I wouldn't really stress about a headset, but you can maybe also just like a microphone so that you can be heard clearly. But having a laptop is perfectly fine. And if you're appointment setting, you can have your own your phone if calls and videos are involved. So that's what I was talking about there. So if you're taking calls, so if you're taking the calls as an appointment setter and you're booking those people in onto the calendar with the actual sales rep, it's probably just going to be a phone call. Um, as a video call like this takes a while to set up, but a phone call you can just call them. You know what I'm saying? So laptop and a phone. Now that's pretty crucial. A phone is definitely probably the most important one that you need. I started with a phone. I was also taking Zoom calls from my phone. You can do everything from a phone. So along with that is also emails as well. You can send emails on your phone. So having that is crucial. And you have that. Strong work ethic. So that's probably a main one. You need to have some sort of strong work ethic so that you can um, let me let that go. So you have a strong work ethic so that you can actually keep on going. Because some days you're not going to make any money. You're going to go, fuck, I just worked, but I didn't make money. I didn't make commission. And that's if you're not on a salary. Available most days of the week. This can be flexible with hours. So like I was saying before, you have to be available. But the thing with this though, if you're available, right? But you can be anywhere in the world. Bro, like I was in the Philippines, sitting in my villa, setting appointments, booking in calls, making money. And then after that, after I do like 4 or 5 hours of that, I just go surf for the rest of the day. And I was making more than I was when I was out at FIFO. So like, bro, so that's the flexible hours like make up for it, And then work well with a team. So this is the main thing. So it's not going to be just you appointment setting. It's also just going to be like an entire team. So the whole team will also be, other appointment setters, marketers, sales reps, managers, different sorts of people that are also going to help you. So you want to have like a good team workmanship. Is that a word? I think. Yeah. So you want to be able to work well with them so that you can obviously get shit done, make more money. And it's going to be a whole team-based thing. It will very rarely be just you as a setter. Very, very rarely. I know when I started, I think I was on that real estate offer I was talking about, the one that was 25K when I was appointment setting for him, he had 4 setters. So 3 of them were in the United States because he was there. So they were working the day shift. Me in Australia, because the times are like switched, I was on the night shift. So I was like still booking in calls during the day for me, but it was nighttime for them. So it was also good because it was kind of quiet and it was just me. And I was able to get, a few decent leads come through because the leads in America would have finished work by that sort of time. But for me, I was halfway through my day. So actually, they would have been starting work because they're behind. So, what skills do you need for this? So, in appointment setting, it's not really about qualifications or like, who you are. It's really just about your skill set. You need to have these skill sets to actually be successful in it. Otherwise, you're just gonna fucking do shit. And these skills, they take, a couple months to acquire, but honestly, once you have them, bro, you're fucking set. Like you are set. So this one here, verbal communication, clear, confident speaking. So you have to be a clear speaker, especially if you're going to be on the phone with people all day and closing deals. So having that confidence there is massive. Active listener, understanding leads, needs, and objections. So this is more for like when you are closing, but it also is when you're appointment setting because you will be handling objections. If you don't know what objection is, if it's basically like an excuse for them not to buy, if that makes sense. So if I tell you, oh, this is going to cost you $10,000, and you're like, nah, I've got the money, but I don't want to do that. Then I would have to handle that objection and tell you why, and push you through across the line to make that decision. So it's not like you're fucking bullying them into purchasing. It's just showing them that this is actually what they need. So it's actually just understanding. So instead of like going through a script of the appointment setter or of the cold outreach or even closing, it's a framework of understanding the actual situation of that person, of that customer, and then seeing if the product or service that the business is selling that you're also partnered with can help. That's all you're doing. So sales, so pitch value and handling objecting, that's the same one here. So you obviously have to have the sales skills. CRM and software skills, navigating CRMs. So what that is basically like a platform of tracking. So if you have 100 people cold calling or 100 leads, a CRM is where you go to look at the information of those leads, where you can make calls and go from there. Then you also have the marketing, which will come through. So scheduling tools and call tracking information, call tracking software. So that's what that is. Time management. So yeah, you obviously have to. You're going to be working obviously, so you need to understand your time management. Along with that is you're going to be at home, so you have distractions. You have like your family, maybe you got your fucking kid or your dog running around. You got to build time management for that. You got to have set hours for set different tasks. So I know when I came in, this is something that I struggled with because I was just like, oh, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to jump in, send a few DMs, and that'd be me, sweet. But then you don't make it like it's got a bad structure to it. You might as well be unemployed. So stay positive and motivated despite rejections and setbacks. So like anything, you're going to get the answer no, especially in sales, and you got to be resilient. So attention to detail, ensure accurate notes, scheduling, and follow-ups. So this is a big one here. A lot of time you will be doing follow-up to leads that have been on a call or have been with the product or service or with that business, and following up with them, seeing where they're at, what how they're going with it, if they still want to make the decision, shit like that. All right, so is there actually a demand for appointment setting jobs? So in the world, Forum estimates that 92 million jobs will be remote by 2030. So $92 million jobs are going to go fully remote in 2030. That's only 5 years away. So I think it's pretty fucking obvious. And even looking here, going on to seek.com, this is an Australian job seeking app. This is where I got my mining jobs. It's also where I've got an appointment setting job from. Even just searching appointment setter gets you 616 jobs. And that's just one site. I'll show you sites from like Dora, all these different ones, but Seek. You got like glassdoor.com. There's also ones on Facebook. So there's a very high demand, and these are getting posted every single day where they need skilled appointment setters and closers to jump onto these roles and to help with their business. So the demand's there. And I think the problem is the gap is only so the demand is there and people need appointment setters, people need their appointments set, But what lacks is the actual skilled individuals to get on those roles. And they pay pretty good. So we'll be going into the payments of what you can get paid soon. So how much can you actually earn? And how much can you actually earn appointment setting? This is what I was talking about. So deals will generally be about 4K to 25K plus. So per close, a setter will receive about 5% to 7% on the deal. So like I was saying, if your deal is $10,000, you get 5%, $500. Like when I was talking on here, the deal that I was on was yeah, 10,000 bucks. So I was making 500 AUD on that. So that's what we're selling. Normally a lot of setters will have a 40 to 70K per year base. So you have like a base rate plus untapped comms, plus also then super as well. So, and then you also get the bonuses for your show up rate. So a lot of like you, because even if you don't book any calls, even if no deals close, you're still getting a pretty decent wage, over $1,000 a week, and it's fully remote, so you can go wherever you want, live in Bali, and still make money. Plus, then you've got untapped comms, so this is like a perfect opportunity to be making money, then double down, go hard at it, and start setting appointments to then make more money. Like think about if you just had like five of these close a week. You know what I mean? Plus then your wage on top. So you can earn some pretty decent money. Even here we have a job that is on Seek.com, 60 to $100,000 a year salary, then untapped commissions. So imagine being on $100,000 a year base, no matter whether you're booking a call or it closes or not. That's what you're making. Plus, then you're getting commissions, and the commissions would be 120 to 160 overall. Bro, pretty fucking good. Pretty good to be sitting on your couch and making fucking money. So that's a win right there. And even like let's go here, let's go into here. Appointment. So this one here this is what to look for. So when we're going into Seek, even here right now, we have 595 jobs. So outbound calling contractor, work from home, the first one here, $40 an hour. I was making $40 an hour when I was working construction. I was busting my ass in 40-degree heat. This one here, fully remote, $80 to $120,000 a year appointment setters. Appointment setters, $100,000 to $120,000. Now, $125,000. Now, this is something that you want to be looking for here. So right here, it says warm leads, no cold calling. So this is good. This is what you want to be looking for, because what warm leads means is that they've done some sort of marketing. They've put money into actually like ads, affiliates, or whatever to bring leads into the product or service that they're selling, and then you are simply setting those leads and booking them in. So on the other thing though, that is kind of weird though, is it says no cold calling, but then this place is also an outbound call center. So outbound is actually, you're actually calling people. Outbound is cold calling, but then they're saying no cold calling. So for this, what it's offer, base retainer plus commissions, uncapped commission structure, real earning potentials up to $125,000 and more. So warm lead supply daily, no cold calling or chasing your own prospects. So perfect. So you're not sitting there calling 300 people in a day, because that will fucking ruin you. Like that's a lot of people go like, oh yeah, I just got an appointment setting role. It's sick. Like, okay, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just cold calling 300 people a day. And you're just like, what the fuck? And it's commission. You're making no money. So this one's perfect. So you got a base plus uncapped comms. So I would say the base is probably like, fuck no, it's probably, like 70 to 80. And then you got the commissions. So also here, clear growth, we promote within. So what this means here is that you'll go from appointment setter, which will be you're earning like 5 to 7%, to then where you can move up to being that remote closer, and you can earn from 10 to 15, maybe even 20% on those deals that you're closing. So say you close a $10,000 deal, you get $2,000 or 1,500 or $1,000. So close a few of them a week, make some decent money. And this is what you want. And a lot of roles will have these. So it's always good to just be looking out for them. What we're looking for. So phone confident and clear communication. So like I was saying before, that is the skill that you need to have. You need to have that clear communication, a good attitude and willingness to learn. So obviously you need to be fucking keen to learn and get started with it. Reliability and self-motivation. Now, I have worked with appointment setters. I have been an appointment setter. A thing that will fuck you over and a thing that will literally get you fired in your first day is your reliability. If you can't respond to a message from the person that is managing you or another appointment setter or someone, or even a customer, bro, you'll get fired straight away. Because let's say every customer is 10, let's say the deal is $10,000. Every person that you talk to is a potential of that company making $10,000. So they're not really going to care if you're unreliable. They're just going to like sack you. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, why is this person wasting our money? You know? And then they hire someone else. So being motivated is, yeah, one thing, but the main thing is being reliable. Being reliable goes a long way. So prior phone-based experience is a plus, but not essential. So these guys aren't even fucking looking for experienced people, and they're offering this much amount of money, which is a massive like potential. So let's go through some more of these. This one here, similar renewable energy appointment setter, $80,000 to $120,000 a year. So this is obviously solar. Yeah, it's perfect. It's you remote work from home. They've been around for 30 years, so you know that they're been around for a while. They're definitely, not some just random startup company, which would something that you don't want. Key responsibilities, handling inbound warm leads and booking appointments for our sales team. So boom, that's perfect. They have warm leads, which means they have some sort of marketing, like I was saying before. Because warm is like people that are interested in the product or service. Cold is someone that doesn't even know that it exists. So effectively communicating the advantages of solar energy solutions to potential clients. But also here you do need call center experience, but that's pretty easy to get. Outbound. See, a lot of these are outbound here. So if you want to go through these, this one looks pretty good. DM setup for business coaching, engineering, work from home, $60,000 base plus super plus commissions. So they pay super as well. What with the glitch? About the role as an appointment setter, you'll be playing a crucial role in driving growth by engaging with prospects, getting appointments, and managing LinkedIn outreach. This role is perfect for someone organized, proactive, and eager to contribute to a fast-paced, high-performance team. So perfect. So this one, yeah, making 60K per year, but you're working from home. This one here, I don't think is cold outreach, but $80,000 to $100,000 a year with commissions. So 4-day work week, work 4 days a week and make $80,000 to $100,000 a year. Mate, unreal. So the potential is here and the demand is obviously here. Even looking at places like Facebook. So this is another good one. But going over to jobs like this, sites like this, is a main thing that you want to have. Brady, don't look at me like that. But these here, like this one was posted 12 minutes ago. Work for yourself, setters and closers. This one's 5K to 20K per month potential. So earn $500 to $1,000 a day per close. So this is setters and closers. So you can go and apply to these ones from US, UK, Canada, Australia, all these countries here, no experience needed. But the only problem with these websites here and like Facebook in general, especially these pages, is a lot of them are scams. So a lot of them are like dodgy as fuck. They're just trying to take your money. So a lot of them will be just training. But looking at this one here, it doesn't look too bad. I was making a video about this one actually. So it's looking for 1 to 2 setters on target earnings 5K to 10K per month. So the base is $1,000 per month that you'll be getting. So not too bad. I mean, at least it's something. And then it's a business to business niche. If you don't know what that is, so basically, if you have a business and that service, you sell a service to other businesses. So maybe you're selling how to market other businesses' products or services. So you're helping them. So the customer and the prospect and the lead that you're actually talking to will be a lot higher quality than business to customer, and which is just like a normal sort of like you're just like a solar company calling up Johnny that wants to get some solar in his house. It's a different customer. So you'll be DMing leads on a daily basis. So that is where you kind of that's where I would say this is just like going to be a shit roll because look, expect anywhere from 60 to 100 at least. So that's what you're saying. So you're going to be DMing 60 to 100 people per day. So it's going to be pretty brain rotting. But definitely the potential is there and also, the demand. All right. So where can you find appointment setting jobs? Like I was saying before, first we have best places to land appointment setting jobs, seek.com. We've got Jora, we've got Glassdoor, Facebook groups, and also Instagram cold outreach. So these are all really good. Even looking at just Glassdoor really quickly. Oh, going over to jobs. Yeah. So this one here, sales representative appointment setter is 60 to $100,000 a year. This one is 80 to $120,000 a year. Business to business. That one's not as good. 6,000. So sales appointments that are high ticket program remote, it's fully remote, 6,000 to $13,000 a year, $10,000. Appointments that are 60,000 to $200,000 per year. So the potential is there, and this is just Australia. And like, look at how many there was 24 ones here, but these are all paying over $50,000 a year, up to all the way up to $200,000 a year. All right, so I just want to touch on this here. So when coming to Instagram, like all these jobs here, you can apply to on their apps, and they're like so people put up roles that they need or have got an appointment setting role, and you'll apply. But with cold outreach and on Instagram, that's where you're cold outreaching to the actual owner of the business or to the influencer. But the problem with that is you're going to run into an actual appointment setter. So if you ask an appointment setter for a job and take their job, they're just going to delete you straight away. So the trick behind that is you go through the appointment setting, framework. Then obviously you go into the sales call with that actual business owner, and then you pitch yourself as an appointment setter, or you try and get onto a one-on-one call with the actual owner of that business and go, around the other route. Maybe find the business's phone number, email, whatever it is. But also with this and Instagram and anything that you're going to be applying to, especially with social media nowadays, if you're applying, this is how you stand out. So first, you want to have, create a short video intro to showcase your communication skills. So obviously just like filming yourself saying like, hey, look, my name's Sasha, I'm an appointment setter, been trained for over the last couple of months, and I'm ready to, get straight into it. Loved your ad, love your company and what you guys do, keen to work with you guys. So showing sending that video shows that you actually know and can talk properly and that you are keen on it. So offer a trial or performance-based pay to get your foot in the door. So offer to work for free. Be completely open to working for free, or even if they do have a base rate and then commissions, be like, all right, I'll just work for commissions. I don't need the base rate. I'll just prove myself for a month and then use that month to just go hard as fuck and win their trust. And then once you have that, then they can put you onto an actual role. That will go a lot more further than someone being like, oh no, I want to be paid on my first day, because they don't trust you. So obviously this one here is learn a bit about sales funnels and lead generation to bring more value. So bring value to them, bring your skill set to them. So put some time, invest some money maybe into learning some skills that you can then bring to their business and help them. This way you can stand out from the other appointment setters that are applying, or even the other appointment setters that are working at that business or that role. This one is here is a massive one. So if you're, like I said before, if you're applying for roles on Instagram, you're using cold outreach, cleaning up your Instagram is going to be like the best thing that you ever do. So having a correct profile pic, bio, getting rid of like any parties, like drugs, any sort of that shit, just put it on like a private account. You know what I mean? Don't put it on the main. Or set up an account just for doing appointment setting. And then, obviously have like your highlights not of just maybe you traveling, but you don't want to have any trace of any of these sort of things. But yeah, so that's that's pretty much it, really. So appointment setting is obviously like a super high demand job that people need and businesses need. And really the only gap between where you're at and the position that you're in right now and what's stopping you is from to getting these roles is the skill set. That's the gap. So once you have that skill set, then you can actually go out and get these roles. And a lot of for me, I didn't have that skill set, and that's the whole reason why I got into actually getting a mentor, getting a coach. And then once I had that skills, then I was able to apply to these roles and land these roles. So yeah, it's pretty much it. If you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. If you don't, then that's all good. Or you can just come and ask me on there's like a little reaction one, and then you can just like raise your hand like this if you have a question. Jared. All good? All good? All right, well, that's pretty much it for me. If you do want to get some sort of training behind you to actually land these roles, to get onto these roles and start appointment setting, then just reach out to me and I can help you get started, maybe get started with the same people as me. And I'll also help you, clean up and maybe even get like a resume for these roles. So that way you can get started with this. But other than that, thank you for coming and I will see you guys on the next one. Yeah, catch us later.